Alright, welcome back everyone. I'm happy to see every one of you joining us in this online conference. Everyone joining, God bless you. I'm so grateful. I believe that you are not going to waste your time in this meeting. It's going to be a blessing to every one of us. In this meeting today, we are going to learn resilience and reinvention. We're going to look at how we can, through knowledge, get better, come out of challenges, and become better. Let me tell every one of us that knowledge is useless and is never maximized when it is not practiced. So the beauty of knowing something is in the application of that thing. So life has a way of bringing situations, circumstances before every one of us. So how we respond to those challenges, those trying times, they are motivated or determined by our knowledge bank. So what we are doing today is to add to our knowledge so that we will be able to better live our life effectively through the knowledge that we are acquiring. So when we acquire knowledge, we develop skills, we are becoming better in the way we live our lives. And don't forget, as a leader, every knowledge you have, every skill you have, they are tools in your tool bag. So whenever life demands for them, you just pick the right one that you use to respond to life. So your response become a tool that you can use to change whatever life is throwing at you to get your desired outcome out of life. So be well informed as well that as leaders, we must follow the scriptural pattern of leadership that says that he shepherded them by the skillfulness of his hand and the integrity of his heart. It means that as a leader, you must keep building your skills, you must keep building your competence, which is the skillfulness of hand and the integrity of heart, by continually developing your character. My first message to everyone listening to me today, watching me anywhere from the world. The message is simple. It may be a shock to some people and it may be a reminder to other people. It is amazing that you are talented. It is amazing that you are skillful. It is amazing that you are competent. But trust me, talent, competence, and skillfulness are not enough to win in life. As a leader, that you are just talented means that you are only running the race of leadership with just one leg. You can never run with balance. So for us to get to our destination, we must identify some attitudes, some characters that are complementary to our competence level, so that we can through that run the race that is set before us effectively. Talent, know-how, competence are never enough to win in life. You see, history speaks about a lot of people with amazing ideas, with amazing brain, talented guys, brilliant guys, but never lived up to the fullness of their potential. Why? Because all they have in them revolves around the competence and the talents alone. You may also know one or two persons around you with great ideas, amazing inspiration to do great stuff. Some of them may not succeed just because they gave up at a point. Giving up is not always competence or talent question. It is most times a question upon the mental toughness of that individual. In a book written by one of my greatest mentors, Pastor Wole Oladin, he titled the book Grit. In the book, he shared the story about an American professor by name Samuel Parvot. He gave up on the idea of flying aircraft on December 8, 1903. According to this history, this man gave up this idea because the work was tagged a fiasco. By fiasco, we mean something that is a complete failure. Remember that he was a successful scientist. He already had an invention. He was a leading astronomer. He was a professor at the University of Pittsburgh. This man gave up just because his work was tagged a total failure. He gave up these amazing dreams because he could not recover from the rejection. He could not recover from the disappointment. Today, history refers to him as the pioneer of aviation vision. The vision of flying stuffs started from him. But just 9 days after he gave up on these amazing dreams, the two brothers, the Wright brothers, came into the scene and they flew themselves into history. Let me remind you that the Wright brothers were not professors. Rather, they were mere bicycle repairer. But history will never forget them because of the amazing breakthrough they had on the vision. Every one of us have amazing and great people around us who started great stuffs but could not sustain it. Either because of lack of commitment. You know, when you begin to do well in life, the level of commitment that will be required from you become heightened. So it's either they are not able to sustain the heightened commitment required to be better, or because they experience setback at one point or the other, they decided to give up. So thinking about that genius around you that gave up on amazing dreams may not even be far away. It may be you. How are you coming back after every setback? Some of us, we merely become the victim of the success that we have recorded. So by virtue of our potential, by virtue of our talent, our level of competence, brilliance that we have displayed at one point or the other, there is elevated amount of expectation that is placed upon us. So if we don't rise up to the occasion, develop the mental toughness, the ability that we need in order to deliver, we will realize that we will disappoint a lot of people. So leader, if things are not going well for you at the moment, all you need to do is to sit down and reinvent. And you cannot reinvent unless you have a strong resilience. Being talented, being skilled, being competent do not automatically mean a man will be successful. Let me quickly remind you that chimpanzee is the smartest animal. Elephant is the biggest animal on the land. Cheetah is the fastest animal. The sperm whale is the biggest one in the sea. But none of them accorded any of these animals the title of the king of the jungle. Not though whale is not in the jungle, but the kind of fear that come upon animals when they hear about lion is different. Why? The difference is in their mindset, their mental content, the contents of their heart. When an elephant sees a lion, the approach is usually different from when a lion sees an elephant. When an elephant sees a lion, it thinks about, this is a predator, it wants to run away. But when a lion sees an elephant, despite how big the elephant is, what the lion think of is, this could be my lunch. And he approached the elephant like he wants to devour something. So I am telling you today that the biggest challenge is not what we experience in the outside. It is not what life throws at us, but the way we respond to situations of life. And don't forget that that response is determined by the content of our heart. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So if your response is in speech, your speech is determined by the content of your heart. And if you are responding by action, your action is determined by the content of your heart. You may be faced with illness. You may come in contact with job loss, medical emergencies. Rejections may come your way. You may lose your biggest support. You may lose your potential investors. You may lose your business completely and need to start it all over again. People that have shown interest and desire to help you may turn you down. Just believe it. Their circumstances don't create you. They only reveal you to the world. With circumstances, with challenges, the content of your heart is viewed, is visible, become obvious for people to see. So, anyone who cannot stand in the day of adversity, such a man carries little strength. It means that adversity is the platform to test your strength. Or better put, it is a platform that reveals the degree of your strength. If you have to assess yourself, you may conclude that you are talented. You may conclude that you have skills. You may conclude that in your area of expertise, that you are highly competent. But ask yourself, why are things not going well with you? Why are you not having enough results to show for your talent? That you are not getting results may not be because you are not talented. It may not be because you have no access to technology. It may not be because you are not exposed or that you don't have connections. It may be that you need to improve your mental toughness. It may be that you need to build resilience and know how to come back after every setback. The roadmap to success is never without challenges. You just need to build your resilience, because the pathway to progress is never a linear path, and it is never a circular one. It is one that is filled with ups and downs. You must learn how to climb again after coming down. What exactly is resilience? When we're talking about resilience, we are talking about the combination of your passion and your perseverance that can be channeled towards achieving your long-term goals. Short-term goals sometimes may not need high level of resilience, but when you have to build over the years, how do you sustain your interest? How do you sustain your passion? How do you ensure that you don't give up? So we can realize that from the stories of the people that we have looked at, and also looking at our own personal experiences, it is accurate to say that resilience can make a difference between who is succeeding and who is failing. When we are talking about resilience, we are talking about sustained interest. We are talking about sustained zeal, sustained determination for a particular goal over a long period of time. Despite adversity, despite challenges, despite opposition, you still decide to forge ahead. That is resilience. As leaders, it is amazing that you have all these beautiful talents and expertise, but we must add a strong level of persistence and resilience to our virtues. Being talented without resilience is like going around with talents and potentials that can never be fulfilled. By definition, resilience is the capability of a strained body to recover its shape and size after deformation caused especially by compressive stress. And also another definition is that resilience is the ability to recover from or adjust easily to misfortune or change. I'm going to share with you a quote by an American actor by name Denzel Washington. By name Denzel Washington. He says, "A bird sitting on a tree is never afraid of the branch breaking because her trust is not on the branch but on its wing." Amazing. So, when you are doing something that is risky, that is fearful, or you are daring something that you once feared, you realize that your trust is not in the chance of the negativity not happening. It is not in the chance that the misfortune will not happen. That is not where your confidence lies. But your confidence lies in your ability to manage the failure and the challenges. So, the confidence of the bird is in its feather. It knows that it has what it takes to fly away even when the branch is breaking. Now, do you have what it takes to come back after every setback? It's one thing for you to have the desire to come back. It's another thing for you to have what it takes to come back. What it takes to come back is first the desire. But in addition to the desire is the knowledge, the know-how of coming back. Alright, so let's take a short break. By the time we are coming back, I will start exposing you to the signs of resilience and how you can build your resilience. Thank you.